The Montreal Canadiens are in Seattle to take on the Kraken for the very first time. This is the game preview right here at Talkin' Habs. Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talkin' Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. So it is the Montreal Canadiens' first trip to Seattle, first time ever to play the Kraken. But it's not the first time that Montreal's been in Seattle to play not an NHL game, but they played for the Stanley Cup there in 1917 against the Seattle Metropolitans, and I got some details. So let's go over the details of that. And it's a game preview. I don't do a lot of game previews anymore, but it's a special occasion, and let's get right into it. The Montreal Canadiens played the Seattle Metropolitans for the Stanley Cup in 1917. They lost in 4 games. It was a 5-game series, best of 5 for the Stanley Cup. So that was the last time they were in Seattle. Not great memories, and all the games were played in Seattle. I don't know exactly the reason why. Let's take a look at the teams that were there. So this is the details of it. 1917 Stanley Cup Finals were contested by Pacific Coast Hockey Association champion Seattle Metropolitans and the NHA, National Hockey Association, that was represented by the Montreal Canadiens, and they were also the defending Stanley Cup champions. Seattle defeated Montreal 3-1 in the best-of-5 game series to become the first United States-based team to win the Cup. The inspiring story of the Mets' 1917 championship was chronicled in the 2019 book, When It Mattered Most. This was also the first Stanley Cup final to be played in the United States and the last Stanley Cup final to not feature a National Hockey League team, as the NHA rebranded as the NHL in November 1917. So this was the last time that the Stanley Cup was won that wasn't an NHL property, right? So the NHL took sole possession when it became a league of the Stanley Cup. Previous to that, it was teams from different leagues, champions, that challenged other teams for the Cup. The rosters. Hope I can read this. For the Montreal Canadiens, George Vezina, the legendary goalie, was the goalie. Other big names there was Edouard Newsy Lalonde, Tommy Smith, Didier Pitre, who had 4 goals in the opening game. The only good game Montreal played, according to the scores. Jack Laviolette, Billy Coutu, Skinner Poulin. See, these are all names I do know. I don't know a ton about them, but they're all names I recognize. Maybe some of you wouldn't recognize them. The president was VP Boulder, and George Kennedy Kendall was the owner, manager, coach. For the Seattle Metropolitans, they had a much smaller team, as you can see, not as many players. Harry Happy Holmes was the goalie. Their big name guy was Bernie Morris. I've got a picture of him I'm going to show you in a second. That's kind of I don't recognize too many. Anyways, that was their team. They had, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players. 9 players. That's it. That's how they carried. It's crazy. And if you remember the old Ottawa team, the Ottawa Silver 7, they were called the Silver 7 because basically 7 players. That's what they carried. So, or it was 7 players on the ice. Actually, I'm not sure. They had, interestingly, if you want to take a look, I know I'm babbling here, but they had a position. I don't know if they show it here, but it's the rover. There, see, center rover, Tommy Smith, center rover. I don't know exactly what that meant, but they had that extra guy on the ice. The results. Montreal came out like gangbusters in game 1, beating them 8-4. Like I said, DJ Pitre had 4 goals in that game, and then that was it. They couldn't score anymore. Second game was a 6-1 loss. Third game, a 4-1 loss. And then in the 4th game, Seattle came out and just stomped them 9-1. They were all the games were played at the Seattle Ice Arena. Here's some of the stats. 1917 Stanley Cup Finals. It was the coaches were Pete Muldoon for Seattle, George Kennedy for Montreal. It happened between March 17th and 26th, and the winning goal was scored by Bernie Morris at 7:55 of the first in Game 4. And this was their big player, Bernie Morris. By the name, I think he was Jewish. I don't know for sure, but it kind of looks it. So, so back then, They had Jewish players too. Now, we'll take a look at the game for tonight. So this is the Montreal Canadiens at Seattle for the very first time to take on the Kraken. Now, let's take a look at the standings. Montreal in last place in their division. Hopefully, they will start now to climb out as they've gotten their first win, and let's hope they can get a win tonight. Seattle in 7th place in their division. They have 1 point more than Montreal because they have an overtime or shootout loss. They're looking for their first win at home in only their second game at home. So this is Montreal's there for their second game. Apparently, they're going to raise some kind of a special flag, or there's going to be a ceremony tonight. So expect it if you watch the game. The bottom teams, you can see that Montreal and Seattle are both in the bottom of the league. These are the bottom 10 teams of the league. Seattle is 27th. Montreal currently 30th. Hopefully, with a win tonight, they can move out of that and possibly get, move up a few spots. All right, where you can watch this game, it starts at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. In the Canadiens region, it's on TSN2 in English and RDS in French. In the Kraken region, it's on Route NW Northwest, I guess. I don't know. Streaming, ESPN Plus, NHL Live, RDS Direct, TSN Direct, and other places that aren't as legal. Let's see now. Betting lines. If you're a betting man or a woman, money line is plus 110 for Montreal, and for Seattle, it's minus 130. Over-under is 5.5. So whenever I can get the betting lines, I'll put them up for you. Subscribe and ring that notifications bell. And hey, give a thumbs up. Here's a bit of a preview for the game. So Montreal is 1-5-0. Seattle is 1-4-1. Power play. Montreal's power play is clicking at a big 8.7%, which is still 31st in the league. Seattle at 17.6%, 22nd in the league. Penalty kill, 57.1% for Montreal, 30th. 85.7% for Seattle, that's 10th. Face-off percentage, Montreal is at 46.8% right now, which is ahead of Seattle. And by the way, that's 28th in the league. Seattle at 44.9% for 32nd in the league. Goals for per game, Montreal doubled their goals for per game in one game. 1.67 goals per game for Montreal, still 32nd. Seattle, 2.17, not much better, and that's 25th. Goals against per game, 3.33 for Montreal, 24th in the league, and 3.83 for Seattle, 28th in the league. So that's pretty close. So as far as goals for per game and goals against per game, they're pretty close. And when you consider how bad Montreal was in scoring, maybe this could be a good sign for tonight. Goalies, Jake Allen should be the starter tonight. He is 1-4-0 with a 2.65 goals against and a 9.05 save percentage, which aren't horrible numbers, but they'll have to get a little better. Sam Montombo, which I don't think he's in nets tonight. I didn't actually hear for sure who the starter is. He's 0-1-0 with a 5.00 goals against and an 8.61 save percentage. I kind of think since it's the first game ever in Seattle, we're going to see Allen. On the other side, Grubauer, 1-3-1 with a 3.80 goals against and an 8.69 save percentage. And Driedger, I think, is injured, actually. So I won't give it because I think Driedger is injured, and it's going to be Joey Decord in nets tonight, backing up, tonight. All right, so let's see what else I got here. Just this is kind of the same thing, but here they have the scoring chances, 4%. Montreal creeping up. 51.6%, now 14th in the league, so that's getting better. And Kraken, 48.4%. That is 20th in the league. So overall, Montreal's numbers, even though they're kind of crap right now, are still comparable to Seattle, if not some of them are better. So I think it's a good, potential here for that. We want you to become a member of Talking Habs. Jake Evans will be out tonight. Thank God I was looking just before I did this because that just came out. Dominique Ducharme confirms that Jake Evans will not play tonight. Cedric Paquette will take his spot in the lineup. Personally, I also saw that it might be a lower body injury. There's no word on that exactly, but it might be. So it's an injury. They're not keeping him out for that because Paquette is definitely not as good as Evans. If you think that's the case, you got to watch again because So, this isn't great, but there's no choice. Evans is out with a rumored LBI. The lineup for tonight, and Evans is listed here, but you can take him out and, Paquette's in there. So it's Hoffman, Suzuki, Gallagher, not changed, Drouin, Dvorak, Anderson, unchanged, Toffoli, Perreault, Caulfield, unchanged, and Perreault seeming to cement himself there as the third-line center right now with that hat trick that he had last game, starting to play good. Lehkonen, it'll be Lehkonen, Paquette, and Armia. Defense doesn't change from last game. Sherratt, Petrie, Romanov, Savard, and Niku Kulak. Although I think that is a change. It's not changed from practice the other day. It's a change from the last game on defense. And Jake Allen in nets and Montombo as the backup. Weidman sitting, and Adam Brooks will also be sitting. For the Kraken, Jaden Schwartz, Yanni Gord, and Calle Yarncroc, line 1. Jared McCann, who I believe is amongst the 2 goal leaders for the team. Alexander Wenberg and Jordan Eberle, line 2. Brandon Tanev, Morgan Geekie, and Jonas Donskoy as line 3. Nathan Bastian, Riley Sheehan, and Mason Appleton make up line 4. That's the forward lineup. Defense, Mark Giordano, the captain, and Jamie Oleksiak as pairing 1. Jeremy Lauzon, Adam Larson pairing 2. Carson Soucy, Vince Dunn pairing 3. I'm not sure. I don't know if I have the injured list. Yeah, I do. Let's see if I think Larson might be on that. He's not. So, but you see Drieger is on the injured list. So you got Johansson, Drieger, and Colin Blackwell is out. And in net, Grubauer should be starting with Joey Decord backing him up. Habs scoring. Not much to report, but Jonathan Drouin having a good start to the season with 5 points, 2 goals and 3 assists in his first 6 games. He is a -2, but that's not horrible. Matthew Perreault having a good start to the season after a couple of slow games start, I guess. 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points, +3. Christian Dvorak, 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points in his 6 games. So he's starting to pick it up, -2. Sherratt, 1-1. Nick Suzuki is the surprise with 1 assist and a -4. Anderson, 1 assist and a -2. These guys will pick it up and start going. It's early in the season. I wouldn't worry. For the Kraken, like I said there, where was it? The guy that I said was leading in the scoring, Tanev and McCann both have 3 goals each. McCann also has 3 assists, so he totally leads in the scoring. Donskoy with 4 assists, second in the scoring. Tanev with his 3 goals is third. Giordano, 1 goal, 2 assists. Wenberg, 1 goal, 2 assists. Vince Dunn, 1 goal, 2 assists. So the defense is getting some points. And yeah, there you go. Nobody on there has a plus. There is Donskoy with his even. And so they're a little maybe struggling a little bit on defense. All right, so I got a couple of other things here. Shea Weber going to Seattle. Shea Weber will join the team here in Seattle for a few days and go back to BC on Wednesday. There's a lot of uproar about that maybe he's coming back to the team, that he's still part of the team and all that. I just saw an interview live with Jonathan Drouin, and he said to the reporters that he thinks your guys are making a much more of it than it is. Webby's just here to visit the boys. That's it. So could he be just towing the party line, the team line? I don't know, but I think it might be made more of than it is. He is from BC. They're in Seattle. It's not a far travel. Team is there. They're struggling. Captain came to help support them and to visit them. I think that's all. I wouldn't read much more into that. So, but Weber will be at the game. This I found interesting. This is about Caulfield. He's struggling. Obviously, we know with points. I think he's got his assist now, maybe 2. Caulfield, this is what the coach said to him before the game, or going into this. So his advice to Caulfield is get closer to the puck, to play with speed, and to not become too predictable by stopping to skate. Don't know why. I thought that was pretty interesting, that what he's telling him. Get it out of your head. Don't think as much. Don't overthink it, is what I think he's talking about. Get closer to the puck. Concentrate on that. Concentrate on your skating and do what comes naturally. I mean, that's what I'm reading into it. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know what you think in the comment section if you think I'm wrong. And I think at that point, that's it. Here's to Montreal getting their first win in Seattle, ever in Seattle, against the Kraken, and getting their second win of the season and starting to dig their way out of the hole that they've dug themselves into. And that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope to see you at the game. Hope to see you at the pregame show here on the channel. And that's it. Peace out. Take care. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hey, check out that video over there. Subscribe and ring that notifications bell. And hey, give a thumbs up.